Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. This is officially first video of 2023. So welcome back, and I hope you all had fun for the holidays. I'm so ready to get back into my routine. This video is actually long overdue because I tried filming it before the holidays and I just had some problems with the footage. So I'm gonna start the new year with this video, because even if you have received the Dyson Airwrap for Christmas or you got it for yourself, you still have time probably to return it if you're not happy with it. All right, then let's jump right into the video. I have my notes over here on my iPad because I want to be as concise as possible. I just want to get straight into the point. I am going to also mention that this is not going to be like a review going into nitty-gritty details about each and every attachment, because first of all, I think this tool is not like a novelty anymore. There are dupes already out in the market. They launched already like an improved version, which I'm going to touch on, but yeah, like it's not a new tool, so I guess a bunch of you guys already know about it. And if you want to know more details, like I have other videos that I already filmed when I got it, like when I did unboxing, and I also think I did a couple of tutorials as well. So with that being said, I'm going to jump straight into my overall opinion. After 2 years of use of this tool, I was a huge fan, you guys. It was the best thing that I discovered when it comes to hair care for a really long time, because it was so revolutionary when it came out, and honestly it just cut so much time that I used to spend on styling my hair, and I loved it for that. It was like so good. But since I have it for a while, I started to understand that there are some shortcomings, that there are some things that I didn't really like about it, and sadly I no longer use it as much as I thought I would. I use it for certain things because I got rid of pretty much all of my other tools. I don't have a blow dryer at the moment, so I use it still like every time when I wash my hair, but I definitely do not use it as you're supposed to use it anymore, and I have opinions to share. So first up, I want to mention that I don't think that this tool is bad by any means. I think it's an amazing tool, but you need to be a specific person for this to work for you, and if you are lucky, you are one of them. So I figured that there are 4 factors that would make this tool great for you. I'm going to touch on each and every one of these categories in detail, but I just want to mention them first. So the first one would be a specific hair type. The second one is going to be your washing habits. The third one is going to be the climate where you live in. And the fourth one, and the most important one, is going to be your actual hairstyle, like your haircut. So starting off with the specific hair type. So I'm just gonna pop on the blow dryer attachment so you guys can see how it looks. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I just feel like it's nicer if I hold it in my hands. But yeah, specific hair types. It definitely makes a huge difference which hair type you have. From my personal experience, if you have anything between like a thick hair to moderately thick hair, you're probably good to go. If you have fine and thin hair, you can definitely use the curling barrels, but I think this is it. Like none of the other attachments would probably work for you. If you have a really thick coarse hair, like a lot of frizz in your hair, I honestly think that this tool is not the best overall, because I think it just doesn't provide enough tension, enough smoothing, and just like it doesn't do enough to smooth out very coarse, very frizzy hair. Now when it comes to washing habits, why I put this as like such an important category, I feel like this tool works much better if you like to wash your hair very often. If you are one of those people that like washes their hair right after gym, every session, like when you're in the shower you like to wash your hair like almost every time when you shower, this is probably an amazing tool for you, because it does dry your hair very quickly, and you can have somewhat styled hair very quickly. And yeah, I think it's a great tool for someone who just loves to wash their hair very often. And then of course, if you also belong into that like medium hair type category, somewhere in the middle, again, I think this would be a great tool. The third category, which is very important, is climate. Like, where do you live? How's the weather? If you live in a humid climate where you have a lot of rainfall or just humid weather, if it's like a tropical country, if you have a lot of heat and humidity in the air, honestly, this tool failed me. Like, I brought this tool on a few vacations where I was very close to the ocean, close to the sea. This tool unfortunately failed me. My hair would get super frizzy very quickly right after I wash it. After a few hours, my curls would fall out. So honestly, I think this is a tool for a more like continental climate. So in my opinion, that really plays a big role into deciding whether this tool is for you or not. And you probably understood what is like the biggest shortcoming of this tool, and you probably already heard about it, but it's definitely like the longevity of your hairstyle. Since I published my like tutorial, a lot of people came to me asking like how I make the curls last, in general, like the hairstyle last longer. And even though I found some ways to do it, and I will share them, of course, I still think that this is not a tool you would use if you want to. For example, if you're a professional stylist, you would never reach for this tool because you're just never going to be sure like of the outcome and how long the hairstyle is going to last. So in that sense, it's quite unpredictable. Definitely for a like average home user, that doesn't matter so much because you're not creating like a hairstyle and charging for it. But if you are looking for a long-lasting hairstyling tool, tool that makes long-lasting hairstyle, I think Dyson Airwrap is not it, unless, again, you fall under each and every one of these categories. So the last one, the most important one, the hairstyle, the haircut, why I think this is very important is because this tool actually works really well with only 2 attachments. So the only 2 attachments that, in my opinion, give a proper hairstyle that can last a bit longer and can be called like an actual hairstyle are these 2. So the narrow and the wide barrels for curling. The wide barrel actually gives you more of that salon blowout style. It's going to have a very like soft curls that are mostly like bottom heavy, and that gives that very, very nice bouncy like salon blowout style. And these are more like your regular curling wand type of barrels, which are going to give you curls. I keep saying curls because in my opinion, both of these attachments actually give you curls, and it's very difficult to create a proper wavy hairstyle with these. I did a tutorial where I showed you guys how to use these to create a wavy hairstyle, but in all fairness, that way you're not using the tool properly. So I'll just demonstrate very quickly for the sake of you not having to go and watch that one. It's very simple. Instead of using the hair tool like so as it's meant to be used and letting the co-wanda effect like wrap the hair around the barrel, you're just going to take the barrel and flip it upside down, and you're going to help with your other free hand and wrap the hair strand around the barrel like so. And then you can hold it or you can let it go, because co-wanda is going to suck in the hairs and kind of keep them in place. But I found that holding it is the like most safe option if you want like a nice result. And then you let it go and you basically get the same effect you would get with a curling wand, like a regular curling wand, not the curling iron with a clamp. So going back to what I was saying, the only 2 attachments that can give you some long-lasting result are these 2, but it definitely depends on your actual hairstyle. So you do need to have a specific hairstyle, but it is going to be a bottom heavy hairstyle if you are someone like me. If you don't have a lot of volume, like I don't have a lot of volume on my roots, my hair is pretty like flat. As soon as I wash it and just like dry it, like it starts laying a little bit more flat on the roots. So if that's something you struggle with, you don't have that full thick hair at the roots, you're going to get like a lot of volume down here and not a lot of volume over here, especially again if you have long hair. So the hairstyle that works really, really well, I think this hairstyle got really popular now in 2022, and basically it's a pure like layered people call it like 90s haircut, which is stunning and it looks so good when it's done properly and when you have a very nice healthy medium to thick hair. But it's not really easy to have that hairstyle. I mean, you really need to have very good hair to begin with, and also not everyone likes this hairstyle. Unfortunately, why I'm not so excited about it anymore, first of all, I'm not a huge fan of that hairstyle on me. I tried it kind of. I cut my hair shorter, I dyed it black, and I was really happy with that hairstyle for a moment, but I just wasn't feeling like myself. But I'm kind of always going back to something like this, a bit of like highlights and a bit longer layered hair. It's not a hairstyle for me. I also need to mention this, which I don't hear many people talk about, is how important your hairline is for choosing your hairstyle. I know this is a topic for another video, and now that I'm mentioning it, I think I might do another video where I can talk about this, because I think it's definitely super important to understand like what fits your face shape and your hairline more than anything. And this specific hairstyle I think actually works a lot better for people with like slightly shorter forehead or people with less rounded forehead. I have very rounded, like as you can tell, it's like a completely rounded line, and also I have pretty high forehead. So for my face shape, that hairstyle is definitely not super flattering. It also makes my face look bigger and wider, and I don't really like that. And I just realized that I don't really like that hairstyle. So in order to make this tool work for me, I kept using it like you're not supposed to use it. Also, it's a lot more physically demanding to hold the tool like this instead of like this, like you're supposed to use it. And I found that using a curling iron with a clamp is much easier for me, and I always get the results that I actually want. I am definitely a huge fan of more like beachy, messy waves, and even though they're not so popular right now as much as like the Salon 90s blowout style, but I just prefer it on me and on my face shape. So I think that's really important, and I also want to spread this message that like you don't have to jump on every single trend if it's not really working for you and if it's not really your style. And speaking of straight hair, this is another huge shortcoming of this tool. This tool is not a tool for straightening your hair, no matter how they market it. The blow drying attachment is not like a regular blow dryer. It doesn't have that nozzle that directs the air. So it gives you like that concentrated airflow when you use a round brush, like a regular blow dryer. So this one doesn't have that. This is very diffused airflow, which is going to dry your hair very quickly, which this is supposed to do, but it's not going to give you that smoothing effect, and you're not going to be able to blow dry your hair with a round brush using this attachment. The new attachment is slightly different, but I still think it's not as good as an actual blow dryer. And then these brushes, there's another one, but I'm just gonna take this one because they're pretty much the same. This one is softer, the other one is a little bit more firm, but they're pretty much doing the same thing. These brushes, I have seen plenty of people trying to make them work and come up with ideas and creative solutions to make these brushes work and make them do what they're supposed to do, I think, because I think they claim that with these brushes you get like a straight hair, like you can get like a sleek straight hairstyle, and in my opinion you cannot get this with these brushes. So the air is coming from the brush outside, and that is a complete opposite technique versus actual blow drying your hair in the salon or at home with a round brush and a blow dryer. So with a round brush and a blow dryer, you have a brush underneath the hair, and you have very directional stream of hot air from the blow dryer. So you're kind of sandwiching your hair between the brush, which is smoothing the hair, detangling it, and also giving the shape depending on the shape of the brush. And then you have the blow dryer like blowing the air down, which smooths out the hairs and essentially dries them out and creates a hairstyle. So that technique is clearly perfect because, I mean, of physics, I guess. So all of these home tools are trying to eliminate this movement because this is not so easy for everyone. I know plenty of people that are so uncoordinated to do a professional like blowout at home, and my mom is one of them. I used to blow dry my mom's hair all the time. My sister and I, luckily, we learned how to do this very young, but yeah, a lot of people don't know how to blow dry their hair, so that's why they're coming out with all these solutions solutions and tools, and they're great. They do something, but they're definitely not perfect. So same with this brush, like the air is blowing from the inside out. So the biggest problem that happens here with this brush is that when you are blow drying your hair and you reach the bottom of your hair, like there is no tension here. Like you see, these ends are just, you know, they're free and there is no tension anymore because clearly like there's nothing holding your hair. And what happens here is that your hairs here just start blowing away like so. So this is what happens, like it goes nice and smooth, and then towards the end the hairs just fly away like this. Probably I should have like turned it on, but honestly it's loud and I don't know, you guys, you get what I mean. You probably have seen this already and it's not something new, but I just wanted to mention that I know some people were saying like, yeah, you can take the hair strand and then you can hold it very tight and that way you create tension, and then you do it from the top and from the bottom again. And I'm like, all that, like, I don't know, it sounds like such a hustle, but then at the end when you reach the bottom you simply just cannot hold your hair anymore. So like no matter what, you will have to let go of the ends and then they're just gonna fly away like so. And we all know that the ends of the hair are the most important. Definitely you want to get rid of the frizz up here, but if you want to have a sleek, straight hairstyle, the ends of your hair are very important. As a matter of fact, I wanted to show you guys, and I left my hair as it is and it's not the best. Clearly you can see that my hair looks very wonky and weird. This side goes like inwards like so. This one is doing something else over here. Also my ends look pretty stringy and damaged and not so pretty, and overall, like, what is this? I don't know, it just looks like nothing. I would definitely not call this a hairstyle. Also, it doesn't have that nice flowiness to it, like when you get a salon blowout, even when they do your hair straight, like your hair is like so bouncy and just like, I don't know, flowy. I don't know how to explain it, but you know it if you ever had a professional blowout, and it's like silky and it feels very light. And it doesn't feel like that because I just tried to blow dry my hair with the Airwrap using this attachment and the round brush attachment. Now the round brush attachment is definitely the one with the most potential, because with the round brush you can create that tension a little bit better, because you kind of wrap the hairs and you can wrap them a few times and then you pull it down, and then you can do it like so, and then you see like it's much easier to create tension on the hair, even at the bottom portion of your hair. But when it comes to Dyson Airwrap, their round brush is very, very small. You can see this is not enough for anyone with longer hair. So anything longer than this length, this is a very small brush. I think that's why people love so much the Revlon round brush tool. I don't know its name, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I think that's why that tool was so popular, because the brush is really big and it can actually help you get that like straight, sleek hairstyle with at-home tool if you are not good with a blow dryer and a round brush. Personally, I prefer using a blow dryer and a round brush because I know what I'm gonna get. I know that I can do so much more. Like you can buy several sizes of brushes, you can give yourself so many different hairstyles, but clearly not everyone is able to do that, and I am so aware of it. So I understand why these tools are so popular. But that's also something worth mentioning. If you are good with a blow dryer and a round brush and you mastered that technique, I honestly think that you are just good with a really good quality hairbrush, round brush, and a nice blow dryer. Unfortunately, when I was buying this tool, I never tried any of Dyson like hair products. So I never tried the blow dryer, and I wasn't even interested because I thought like, what? It's just an expensive blow dryer. But then when I tried the Airwrap, and when I tried just blow drying my hair with the blow dryer attachment, I realized that there is something special about their technology of like just the air, how it blows. And I realized that actually I would have probably preferred way more the blow dryer. And I'm gonna be very honest again and tell you that I am probably gonna go and try and sell my Airwrap and get myself a blow dryer instead, because I just don't want to go and like purchase a blow dryer straight up, because I feel like it's so wasteful. So I want to try and sell my Airwrap first and then get myself a Dyson blow dryer, because I think for me personally, for my hair type, the hairstyles that I love, and just yeah, like my abilities to blow dry my hair with a round brush, I think a blow dryer would be a much smarter choice, and I would be so much more happy with it, because at the end I realized that for me personally, just using these two attachments every once in a while, it's not really worth it. So it's not really worth to have this tool just to use these, and I'm just not really happy with how my hair looks using these. I prefer my regular curling iron, like with the one with the clamp. I am going to link down below my current favorite tools that I'm using, and I'm gonna leave all those details below if you want to check them out. And if you're thinking, but wait, you don't have the latest Dyson Airwrap, the only main difference with the new attachments is that now you don't have to switch the barrels. Like this one, you would have to switch barrels when you move from left to right, or right to left, whatever. When you move to different sides of your hair, you would need to change up the barrels according to the direction of the curl you want. And now the new attachments, they have a knob which you just twist here on the top, and it changes the direction of the air, which is perfect. I don't know why they didn't think of this earlier. It would save a lot of plastic, because I think everyone is going to go and get themselves the new like attachments, especially these ones. These brushes, I don't think they have like a major improvement. So out of all of these attachments, I'm currently mostly using these two. I use the blow dryer attachment to like rough dry my hair, and then I would take the round brush just to smooth out the hairs, get rid of some frizz. I think it's still a great tool. It's going to protect your hair. I never felt like my hair was getting damaged or burnt or anything. You never get that like burnt hair smell after using this tool, so that's like a huge plus as well. I just love the idea overall. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for everyone, and unfortunately it might not be the right tool for you, but if nothing else, I hope I saved you some money and just like making a mistake and maybe not being able to return it afterwards. At least I hope I gave you guys an idea whether this tool is for you or not. I hope it wasn't like too negative, and if you really like it and if you're super happy with it, yeah, please share some like hacks and learnings in the comments down below, because a lot of people are looking for those. While I was using this tool, what I used to do is I would apply a hair mousse. I would just buy any hair mousse I find, usually with like a medium hold, nothing too strong, and I would apply the hair mousse before I go ahead and just start styling. So on my wet hair, like towel dried hair, that was like a thing that I used to do, and then I would also use some hairspray afterwards just to lock it in and make sure that the curls stay in. That would be all for this video. I hope I didn't go into way too many details, but I also hope I gave you enough information. If you have other questions or concerns, please drop the comment down below in the just drop a comment down below, and I will do my best to answer and help you out if you have doubts. I know it's very difficult to make a decision, especially when you're buying something as expensive. I know there is a dupe on the market. I believe it's like Shark or something like that. I never tried that brand, like nothing from that brand, so I don't really know how well it works. There are some like comparisons and tutorials with the other tools, so you can check that one out if maybe it's better for you, maybe it's more affordable and it does the same thing. I don't really know. I don't know if it's like the same as Dyson Airwrap, if it's better, if it's worse. I don't really know, but it's worth looking into if you really want something like this and you don't want to go as expensive as Dyson. But yeah, that would be all. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments, and yeah, thank you so much again for tuning in, and I'll see you all in my next video.